and we're back for another episode. In this episode I'm going to be doing the level 50 Paladin quest, and I hit level 50 Paladin yesterday night, which I've you can see in my previous video. I do apologise for the low volume of my voice in that video because I wasn't talking full volume, let's say. I was whispering because it was the middle of the night, and I am very overgeared for this quest. You don't need this level of gear that I've got. I've just been collecting tank gear for over a period of time because I knew it was going to be my next level 50. And so far today I managed to win the Sabatons of Light from Crystal Tower. I bought the Valor Kuses, which is the Valor legs and Mythology legs, today as well. I've got the Dark Light belt, Dark Light gloves. I already bought the Mythology chest piece, which as you can see looks really awesome. I got the Crown of Light, which is also from Crystal Tower. I've got the hard mode Garuda sword, hard mode Titan shield, and then all the other Dark Light accessories for tank, and I'm just using one of my crafted rings which I use on my main as Bard. I figured I might as well use it. So yeah, so anyway, I'm now back here at Genlin's in Uldar. So let's see what we have to do for the level 50 quest. So the quest is called Keeping the Oath. I will get the Gallant Surcoat, which is the artifact chest piece, even though I don't really need it. And also I'll get the ability Hallowed Ground, which says renders you impervious to most attacks for 10 seconds. So this is the sort of panic button. This is the I'll be immune to everything for 10 seconds if I need to be button. So anyway, Genlin says, Genlin wishes to bid you farewell. So, welcome, Paladin. I had hoped to see you before I left. You remained a true friend even after the wrongs I did to you, and I owe you my trust. So I will tell you everything I have learned. After our encounter in the hills, I spent some time in the care of Zolgzaz, recovering from my wounds. As I convalesced, whatever that means, he gave me a true account of what happened these last few years in his solitary war against the monetarists. After he went into hiding, he tried to get word to me about what was happening, but I was surrounded by agents in the pay of the monetarists who kept me isolated and ignorant. They planted the lie that Zolgzal was a traitor and tricked me into tracking him down. I was their puppet, twitching obediently at the end of the strings they pulled. But when I discovered that Death's Embrace had been behind the demise of my brothers and sisters, they panicked, especially when they found out I had shared the information with you. They set a trap for us and baited it with the promise of a parley with Zolgzay. Zolgzay was no traitor, as I should well have known, but I allowed myself to be deceived by the whispers of murmurs and flatterers, and no, that was not the way of it. It was not their lies that made me blind, but my desire, nay obsession, to restore our honour. For the Sultan Sworn and all paladins who have bent the knee to a higher cause, honour is a means to an end, and not the end itself. I lost sight of that, and in so doing lost sight of my true duty. Zolgzay understood what was happening, and that is why he gave you the soul of the paladin. It was a remonstration, a message. Look how adventurers live, he was telling me. Where does their honour, their authority come from? I owe my position to the machinations of the monetarists. They calculated that a young captain, eager to prove his loyalty, bound to unquestioning fealty, would be all the easier to control. They were right. I am a sham and a fake, but the world does not know that, and even the illusion of power is a power of sorts. I can use it to fight back. I will tell my subordinates that I am fleeing to Snowcloak in Corfus. When the monetarists hear of this, as they surely will, they will send assassins after me again. but when they show their hand, I will stand my ground and fight back. I realize you may wish to offer your assistance, however, I cannot in good conscience put you in harm's way anymore. You too have become a target of the Cabal's assassins. The odds will be against me, that much is certain, but Zolxe has taught me much, and if I am brave and vigilant, I know I can triumph. I am sorry you have been caught up in our own political struggles, but now, as Paladin, it is time you travelled your own path. Yes, Zolxe wishes to have a word with you as well. You will find him in central Fanalan. Allow me to mark the location on your map. Okay, so now we're going to meet with Zolxe, who is right here, right next to Blackbrush Station. But I'm going to just teleport straight out of the Gate of Nold because it's really not that far from here. There you go, Gate of Nold. It is funny doing these quests when you already outgear it, you know, you're already way above it. But the game has been out a while now, so yeah, that's what's given me the time to collect this gear ahead of time. And one of the advantages of having a level 50 tank is that when I go into Duty Finder, most of the time I do get instant queue, which means I don't have to wait at all to join a party when I'm using Duty Finder. Whereas as a damage dealer on my Bard, sometimes I was waiting more than an hour. So it is nice having these sort of lesser used roles of either tanking or healing to speed up the process. So my Bard will always be there, because Mithrie at heart is always a Bard, but I need to use these other classes in the meantime. So anyway, here is Zolxe. Let's see what he has to say. So it says, "Thank you for coming, Mithrie. We haven't much time, so I will be blunt. Genlins will die if he faces Death's Embrace alone. I know what I must do, and I suspect you do as well. If you are the woman I believe you to be, then we shall meet again soon." Okay, so we need to follow Genlins to the Snow Cloak, which is right here. So I'm actually going to teleport to... which one's closer? Yeah, I'm going to just teleport to Camp Dragonhead and run from there. So one ability that you do unlock at level 50 is this ability here. It's called Circle of Scorn, which says delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies, additional effect damage over time, which is a dot which is applied to all targets, and you don't have to do anything to unlock it. It's just the second you hit 50 it's already there. So let me show you how it looks. So basically anything that's hit within that region will get a dot on it if it's an enemy. And it is a good thing to use all the time to make sure that you have threat, because it's also a good way of getting threat on multiple targets at the same time. And you can see as well the cooldown is really quick, so the cooldown is only 25 seconds and the duration is 15, so you can keep the dots up most of the time. So that's just the Gate of Judgment, which leads to Ishgard, which isn't actually unlocked in the game yet, but they are intending to bring it in. So that's what is in Corvus. This is the zone of the Dragoon, basically. That's why so many dragons here and so many dragoons to slay them. Let's see, fates are going on as always. So it's nice sometimes when you just sort of running by and the world is still carrying on as normal. Everyone's on their own adventure in this game, which is really awesome. So, as I said, now that I've got 50 Paladin, I only need 6 more classes to 50, and then I've got them all to 50. So I'm going to just be doing them one at a time as normal. I'm doing them 5 levels at a time each. So I might try and do Monk next, it just depends how long it takes. And I might do Warrior, maybe one of the casters, just for the sake of variety. There isn't any assigned order, it just depends on what I can do the quickest. And one thing I've also started doing for my casters is I've already started gathering the dark light pieces. So right here you can see I've got the dark light cowl of casting, dark light cowl of healing. And I also 1 week picked up the monk chest piece from Crystal Tower, so I'm gearing up all my characters as slowly as possible. So anyway, here is the final fight, I guess. That's why it's got all these glowing, and I guess these are the enemies. So here we go. So it says commence battle for keeping the oath. If your level is above 50, it will be synced. Okay. Obviously that's a future-proof warning, because obviously you can't go above level 50 at this point. I really can't wait for the DirectX 11 version to come out, because then these textures are going to be so much more higher resolution and higher quality. So anyway, so it says, you as well, I told you to go to ground. This isn't your fight. First Uxiel, now you. Are you both so eager to die? You forget that we are paladins. Wheresoever our duty leads us, we go, and do so of our own free will. To abide by one's own sense of justice is to embrace the paladin's creed. Sworn or unsworn, we are paladins true, and the only true oath we swear is the one we swear to ourselves. So now come, let us stand shoulder to shoulder and show the black hearts the metal of our souls and the steel of our swords. Okay, here we go. So I am going to use Sword Oath for this because I feel I haven't really outgear it. So let's kill the eye first. Using Bloodbath for some little bit of self-healing. Okay, so I don't know if there'll be any more monsters after this, we have to wait and see. Okay, so surely the monetarist would go to greater lengths than this. Those voicens were called forth by a mage whom I suspect. Spread out and search for anything unusual, but tread lightly, this could very well be... Okay, it's obviously going too quickly. So now it says locate the Death Embrace Master. So where is it? So we have to see what we can find in this area, in this circle. I'm going to assume they're around here somewhere. There you go. Because usually there's loads of monsters around here, so you can see that this area has been reserved for just for us. So here we go. Glowing grimoire. Let's take a look at it. So what sorcery is this? Likely the work of our mage. It pulses with a queer light. Up above it's a mage. The grimoire is a trap. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let me help out these guys. Okay. I'm diseased at the moment. I'm gonna throw up a stone skin for the sake of it. Okay, so we need to kill the grimoire as well. Easy peasy. So, you've done well. You never flinched from your duty. You followed the path you knew you had to take, and you showed us what it means to be a paladin. And you even managed to prize the scales of Jenlin's eyes while you were at it. It's been an honour to know you and to watch you grow. So, in any case, today's battle should blunt the monetarist dagger, at least for a while. They'll think twice before sending assassins after the Sultan's won again. I trust you will see this to this mess, Genlins. Yes, sir. I mean, Captain. Please, sir, return to the capital. Take up your command again. The burden is too much for the likes of me. The monetarists may have stolen Oathkeeper, but oaths are not forged in steel, they are sworn in the heart. You never betrayed your oaths, Genlins, and as for your leadership, well, ask this paladin if she learned anything from you. No matter what the circumstances, once a man has left the Sultan spawn, he cannot return. No, I followed my own path, and on it I will stay. I have followed you since the day I vowed to join the ranks of the Sultan Swan. Has the time come for me to stop following and begin to lead? Thank you for coming. Once again, you have placed me in your debt. See me in the city when you return. I will have something for you. Okay, so now we're going to return to Janlin's in Uldar, so let's teleport straight there. So now I'm going to go to A for Right, A for Net, and then Chamber of Rule. Okay, here's Janlin's. So, welcome Paladin. These have been troubled times for the Sultan Spawn, and you have served us loyally. You did what was just. You did what was just, followed the Paladin way, and defended the weak and needy. You are a true oath keeper. Honor and right were yours from the very beginning, and that is what made you strong enough to defeat me. The sword Oathkeeper has yet to be found, but I have come to realize that I do not need it. Nay, not to lead the Sultan's war, nor to restore our good name. The oaths we keep are in our hearts, not in hollowed blades, or haloed blades. As Zolxael has left to wander the nations of Eorzea, he is a man of honor, and unless I am very much mistaken, he will continue to look for the sword that was gifted by our ruler centuries ago. I shall continue to serve Uldar as one of the Sultan Swan. You shall defend the people of Eorzea as a free paladin. Our paths diverge now, but we shall forever be bound by the oaths we keep in our hearts. But listen to me. Noble words aren't much good to an adventurer who has to face monsters and menaces out in the real world. Fortunately, I have something that will serve you rather better. Now, this sacred armor has been kept within Sultan Swan for many generations. It was given only to those Sultan Swan who had, through feats of arms and deeds of great courage, earned the privilege to wear it. But something tells me that for the first time since it left the armorer's forge, this armor should go to someone who is not of the Sultan Swan. If I allowed myself to be a slave to tradition, the paladin who deserves it the most would never wear it. Now, wouldn't that be a waste of a fine plate? Just one thing, if anyone asks where you got it, you mustn't say it was me. Okay, so let's complete the quest. And I just learnt the ability Hallowed Ground. Got the achievement Like a Knight in Shining Armour, because I've now finished the level 50 quest, and that also will earn you a title as well. So when you finish a level 50 job quest for your combat classes, you get titles. So now I have the title Keeping the Oath. To access your titles, go to Profile and click here Title. So I need to see Keeping the Oath. I've got quite a few titles now. Not sure if I actually see it on this list. Oh, so apparently you don't earn a title. It's just that's just the strap line of the thing. But anyway, oh, okay. So you get a title. It will say title next to it if it was actually a title. So if I finish all of the level 50 quests, I will get the title The Professional. Okay, that's how it works. Fair enough. So anyway, that's it for this video. I just want to quickly show what the armor piece looks like, because I'm wearing like a better armor piece, but it's just to see how the original one looks like for the sake of it. So here it is. So there you go. Level 50 Paladin armor, so I look the same as the rest. But I will just wear again the one I've already earned, which is the upgrade that you can buy for mythology points doing dungeons and so on. And also let's look at Hallowed Ground. So let's take a look. So that's a defensive buff, so for 10 seconds I would be immune to all damage, and it's used, it's like a panic button, a crisis button, that you use during certain boss fights and so on if your healers are indisposed and so on. So anyway, thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.